Hi friends, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Brittany. I thought that today was a really great day for us to sit down and talk about what brings me peace that has nothing to do with productivity. So let's do that. I am personally going to be doing my makeup as we chat. Feel free to also do your makeup, or you can just sit and be, because that is okay too, and kind of the whole point of our conversation today. So I'm gonna just gather my products that I need to use first and foremost, and then we'll get right into the chatty portion. Okay, number one on my list would have to be familiar routines as opposed to optimized ones. And I know what you're thinking. Who doesn't want an optimized routine, right? I get that. However, there's something about me that I've learned over the years is that I don't like abrupt change. In a nutshell, basically what I'm saying is I like to do things over and over the exact same way. And if you follow me on TikTok, then you may have noticed this in my content a little bit. When I find that something works, I stick to that something and I don't stray from it. Number two would have to be romanticizing the ordinary. If you know anything about me or you follow me on any other platforms, this should come as no surprise to you. I will romanticize the heck out of any and everything. It has given me such a beautiful outlook on life and things. And when I find myself complaining, oh my gosh, I have to do the laundry again, or why does this laundry pile up so fast, and who dirtied up all these dishes? I quickly go back to the fact that people are a lot less fortunate than I am, and I should be thankful. I get it. If you're like me, you probably don't want to wash 50,000 cups that your kids have gone through over the course of 2 hours. Trust me, I understand. Whenever I can catch myself, I try to quickly reframe my thought process so I don't spiral into a negative outlook on my current life situation. I'm gonna fix this clip while I tell you guys about number three, which is silence. And I mean real silence. There is such a beauty and comfort in silence, and that's coming from a girly who used to like to fill the silence with quite literally anything. I'm talking music, movies, videos, anything a podcast, anything you can think of. I was filling the silence with something. But honestly, that is where the deepest reflection comes from for me. Hold on, y'all. I had to go get my powder puff. In that same breath, sitting in silence and digesting the word, and when I say word, I mean the Bible, has also been an incredibly peaceful yet unproductively productive thing that I have really been leaning into in this season of life. And reading my Bible, if you watched my last video, then you noticed that I was doing my reading the Bible in a year. I'm still very much on that journey. It is going swell. I am learning so many different things, but that to me kind of ties in with just being in silence. Silence is so important because I feel the world is so incredibly loud, and there needs to be justice for these things that are going on in the world. So please don't think that I am encouraging you to turn a blind eye to those things, because that's definitely not the case. Let's just be clear. However, I do think that it is important for us to take care of ourselves amidst all the noise. Number four, but being present without the need to document it. And I noticed that I actually find my outing or whatever it is that I'm doing much more enjoyable when I'm in the moment, as opposed to trying to get the best angle, or where can I get the best shot, or is this lighting hitting me just right, which are all valid. So really taking the time to sit in a moment where we're not distracted by our phones. And there are moments where I've had outings and I'm like, wow, I really could have been more present in that moment. I really wish I was. This leads me into number four, which is doing things slower than necessary, because I am someone who has to constantly remind myself to slow down. I actually move at a really rapid pace when I'm doing anything, and for the longest time, I would get really annoyed when other people around me weren't moving as quickly as I was moving, because I just felt like if you could get it done a lot faster, why wouldn't you want to, you know? Number five also kind of ties to this one, where it's allowing yourself to only do a little bit at a time. You don't need to clean all 3 bathrooms at once. You don't need to clean the living room and all the bedrooms in one day. Set a schedule that's realistic for yourself, your family, and your home, and manage it that way. I am someone who, when I get going on a task, one single task spirals into the whole house. I get overwhelmed very, very easily though, in my defense. And so when it comes to my space being in disarray, especially as someone whose content is centered around their home and the way it looks, I do feel like I'm under a lot of pressure. I have been working very hard on allowing myself to just let it be. Number 6, allowing my home to look lived in, because it quite literally is. I have 4 children here at home. 3 of them are under the age of 5. And my home almost looks nothing like it looks on social media on a regular basis. I struggle with allowing my home to look lived in just as the way that it is, because I feel like the way my home looks is directly tied to my productivity. I hope that makes sense. I'm really kind of shooting off the dome here and gathering my thoughts as I speak, and hopefully it's coming across the way that I want it to, but if not, I'm so sorry, girl. I am the type of person who really struggles when their house looks a mess. I also want to touch on the fact that as a content creator who receives a lot of gifted items, my house can quickly become a source of anxiety for me in the way that it fills up with boxes and or packages and stuff on a very regular basis. And I can tell myself as much as I want, this is the season, I still feel the way that I feel on some occasions, but I'm working on it. Those are my 7 things that bring me peace that is not tied to productivity, but also kind of tied to productivity, but in not the way that you're thinking. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that maybe it brought you a little more clarity as to how you can find peace in your life that is not tied to being productive all the time. I'm only telling you what has worked for me, what I'm truly enjoying lately, and honestly, they're really practical ways if you have been looking to implement peace into your life. With that, I'm done getting ready. If you got ready for the day, I hope that you feel as beautiful as you look, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye. Oh, and one more thing, because I'm not used to an outro like this. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a like, comment, and subscribe so that you do not miss my next upload. Okay, for real, bye.